Oh yes, that Friday feeling has landed once again. Can you believe it's been a whole week just gone like that? Well, we're here, and we're here to give you that Friday feeling. Oh yes, yes, yes. I suggest you grab yourself a cup of tea. Oh yes. I think you better get a cup of tea, son. Oh yeah. Oh yes, can you believe? Part 11. It is part 11 of the Harrier build. Oh yes. So come on, relax. Let's get building. Okay. Yes, okay. So time to get stuck into it a bit more. So we have got a hatch to build. Here's a little picture of what we've got to do. Similar to what we're going to do on ours. As you can see, it says the outline of the fan air intake. So this line all the way along here, up to here, down here, and down there. And then this has a cut, and this guts, the guts, this gets guts, the guts get rid of, whatever, that gets rid of, that's be gone. And then this is going to be a hatch. So this does open up, so then it helps us put the, so you can put the battery and then goes back up again. On the one that I've seen is where it's got the grey covering on. This is kind of acts as like a little hinge. We're not going to have covering there, it's going to be painted, so I'm not sure I want to do there. Maybe try and put a hinge in there myself or something else. And it does vacuum itself up as well, so where the fan sucks in, it sucks in, so it's you know, doesn't flap around. But we're going to do something a bit different with that anyway. So I think the first thing we do is take some measurements of the planes, measuring probably from the from here, which is the start of the kind of the intake cheeks kind of things, and then measure up and measure the window and get everything else before we start cutting. Okay, there you go, all measured out now. As you can see, I did make a boo-boo. I thought I was level to the fronts of the chicken, I wasn't, and it all came over a bit wrong. Now, if I'd done this again, I think what I'll do, I'll put some of my blue tape across this, because even a pencil has made, you know, obviously this is a very thin balsa, or soft, and it's made a line in there. So after I finish cutting it, I'll rub that down and fill it with balsa filler. So anyway, we've got our back piece, which will be our air intake, our cheat hole, if you like to call it, for our fan, and this becomes the this comes like a hatch, which will open up and close, and so open up to help put the battery in, and close up ready for flight. All right, so nice new fresh lovely blade. I'm just going to sort of think I'll just start scoring. In fact this is just going to go straight through. I just got to try and keep this as straight as possible. I'm not the best cutter in the world, as they, whatever you like to call it, and make sure I do the right line as well, because that will be fun. I'm no means, I take it nice and easy, but I'm no means an expert. Alright, and there you go. So there's my little hatch, so that will be on a hinge, and it can't go forward because it's on that wedge shape, as to say, and then I'll be able to put my battery in there and tighten it up. I mean, I've got big fat hands anyway, but yeah. So I'll need to put kind of like a flap or something there. I don't know, I'll have to think about that. But what I will do is I will do this as, I'll just put hatch, and I will put that somewhere safe that I'm bound to lose. And there we go. Dad's RC hanger in there. Yes, I do like to play around with things. Houston, we have a problem. Yes, we've got a bit of an issue. So we want to get the front nose on now. It's time to join Harrier so we can start getting things done and finished. And when I noticed that we got a bit of rock and roll going on. Oh no. Now I know the back of this is die straight, and I think I know what the issue is, but I just want to check. Let's get it there. There you go, let's see. Rocking and rolling. Now I think personally, where I glued this, the battery tray, up to this and held it together, I kind of realised that this was pushing out just a tad. So something to keep an eye out there. Now, there's two things I can do here. I can either take off the tab and cut this away and push it back, or I can try and sand this. Okay, it's a bit of a sidey angle on when we can go across here. So you're looking down at the nose of the Harrier. And there she is. Looks like Dumbo ears going on. I've just got some thick balsa here, and I just not nailed it down, but put a pin in it. Okay, stop right there. Yes, we are getting way ahead of ourselves. We're not going to start gluing. We need to check first of all that the actual nose is level. So I did. I thought I'd get one of these now. I've got my own little laser, as I use on overhead and in the jig and bits and pieces, but got one of these kind of like laser things that, you know, that self-leveling lasers or whatever they're called. Cheap as chips, they're not a lot of money at all. And I saw this. Yes, we are built a banana special Harrier. Yes, it goes round corners a lot easier because we're not using a rudder, so, you know, it gets round corners. It's just that one way. Yes, but that's okay, not a panic. I don't know how all this has got out of shape so much. Considering I use the jig, I don't know. It's probably me, I don't know, it's something. Anyway, so what we had to do is basically, I stuck it back on the jig, rubbed it down, measured it, put it together, blah, 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 blah. And here we go. Yes, straight as a die, all the way from top to tail. Probably a couple of millimetres here and there, but that's to do with my sanding. So, yeah, scary stuff. And Bush, here she goes. Bish, bosh, bish. Bish, bosh, bash. Yes, she's looking a bit more like a Harrier-ish. But she's stuck and she's level. And the aliphatic resin is great stuff. It really is. And, you know, there's a couple of gaps here and there. It's bound to be because, you know, it's me building, basically. Oh, I keep doing it. Oh, I've done it again. Trouble with this soft balsa, I don't know if you can see this. I know it's stand up actually. Can we see? This is so light up here. Can you see that? Oh look, I bashed it. Oh, I keep bashing it. It's the trouble with soft balsa. I do love soft balsa. I love balsa. Soft balsa doesn't love me. If you're like me, I have plenty of this around, which is the deluxe model like balsa with the tint, so it looks like balsa. Great stuff. Hardens, and then you can sand it, and then obviously if you want to put more on. I'm just really scared about making more holes in this thing than it needs be. Alright then, hello! Yes, right. So as you can see on the head cam, we've got a bit of scrap balsa. It's not even balsa actually, it's plywood. So I've got balsa on my mind. As before, I just stuck a bit of 3M tape on the board, and you're saying to me, why are you sticking 3M tape? If by magic they've all just peeled off. Well, I'm going to stick some, as you see before, how we do how I do my little stick, which I'm going to make more sticks. A lot of people that I watch use all that sort of stuff, including Cliff Harvey, Mark Croucher, and a couple of other builders. I can't think of them off the top of my head. They use them sticks where you can just file stuff down. Right, so I'm doing this rather than something that I can just rub my hands over because I've got so much balsa filler. I'll tell you what, this Harrier is going to be more balsa filling than it is balsa. Anyway, now the best way to do that I found to do these sort of things, so if you come to me a minute, is I could actually cut this out with a pair of these special scissors that where's the they've got like the bow in them. Can you see that? I don't know if it's going to let me. Yeah, there you go. It's got a little bow in there. Now these are canopy, yeah, I suppose canopy scissors. So when you're cutting away, it cuts smooth and only cuts on a little fine edge, which enables you to cut around and be happy dappy. That's fine, but I've found another way, and I think it was actually Cliff Harvey that told me how to do this. Basically what you do is you just get this sort of sandpaper. This is 150 grit. You don't want too hard because then it grabs the plastic and then putting a split in it. But all you do is you just rub this around like so, and the plastic gets thinner and thinner and thinner until it's on the edge, and you can find that you just peel it off. Now here's one I've done earlier. For those of you that are not in the UK, we had this program called Blue Peter. In fact, I think we do. And they do stuff and then they show you, here's one I did earlier. Here's one I did earlier. So, all I did is I just keep going around there. I have got to do this in this one. All you do is just keep rubbing that around. Anyway, it does take a little while to do because you don't want to go too mad and really go in it because you end up just putting a right tear in it. And then you've got like like we know where the puck hasn't really sucked that in that corner, so you just got to rub that down really gently. But we'll do that in a second. What we do need to do is So this is how it's finished. Now there's still a rough edge on this. I don't know if you can just see that. There's still a rough edge. F15, this is what I'm doing here at the moment, so you're not seeing what I'm doing. F15 fits in like so. And you just need to get the edge as close as possible because it has got to stick to the other balsa of the cheek. I keep calling them cheeks, but well, cheeks, yeah. Cheeks. Has got to fit on the cheeks like so, with my nose as the plane and everything else. So you just got to get that, and then once that's stuck, I'll just rub that edge round. As I say, I'm going to use, there's lots of glues that you can use. I've did look at the forums because I was ready to sort of like get some deluxe whatever. In fact, you look at the back of the deluxe magazine. All right, before we continue, I just want to show you this. Now, this is if you get like a magazine, it's deluxe. So I can go deluxe. If you get a deluxe products, they normally send you a magazine with their products from wherever you get them, and it's really kind of cool. Because it helps newbies like me that are not sure what I should be using and with what and bits and pieces. It tells you what glues you can be using. Obviously, there is other glues out there and other makes, but I seem to, Deluxe is a one-stop shop for me anyway. But anyway, so we're using balsa wood. I mean, you could do it from whatever one you want to do. I think if it's balsa, it's yeah. I think you choose from the bottom anyway. I'm most sure of it. So. So it's like if you went to balsa, it tells you to A1065. So A10 is aliphatic, which we use. 65 is speed epoxy, 4-minute epoxy. And 87 is laser cut kit glue. So it tells you kind of what glues work with different bits and pieces. So anyway, so we've got the balsa wood here. And then if I come up here under plastics, it says PETG for vac form, which I presume this is. I don't exactly know, sort of what this is, but I know it's vac formed anyway. And if I go up there, it says the best stuff to use would be A46 and A55. No, AD46, AD55. AD46 is rocket odorless, and AD55 is glue and glaze. Well, I've got none of those. Okay, so we have now cut them both out, sanded them down. I can't glue in F15 just yet. My Zap Camelly glue has probably been there since day dot, and it's quite sick. So I'm going to have to wait until I can go and see my good friend at Formax, George, to get some glue and glaze. That's the name, glue and glaze. Julio and Glazy, glue and glaze. Okay, Julio. So we obviously got both sides of the cheek. So let's look at this cheek, which I've taken out. And I noticed on the actual drawing, and I had a look at a quick picture. So this is Tony's end result of his aircraft. And you can see this inlet is actually a inlet. It works as an inlet, so it helps air get into the motor, and also presumably to keep the ESC cool. Now, so it says here, cut opening on the front face of the vac form air intake. So this is the vac form air intake, and that fits there like so. Now, I then thought I would just get some tracing paper, now, as you can see, already the top here is different from the from Paul's. So it's Paul. Who's Paul anyway? From Tony Nijhuis plane that I just showed you, it's different. So it's bigger than that. So I thought, okay, well, maybe this is a new design. Now let's get the vac form that picks up loads of dust, because I've basically been rubbing it down. I have just with hand just gone along like that, which is, you get a nice edge, and if you push your finger and keep it straight, you'll get a nice edge all the way, which follows the contour of the vac form. Now if I put this on here, this is the top. You see, this is way off. It goes right round the side, which you don't want to do, because it just looks silly. And it comes up quite a higher here, and as you can see, the top there, it's right off the back. So it's not allowing for the curvature of the front, which is not a problem. It just means I've got to do things myself. Now, the trouble is, I thought, okay, I'll do exactly the same thing. I will just get the edge here. Keep my finger so it's the back finger that I'm actually thinking. So you want kind of this edge here, not the curved edge, and give it a go. So I thought we'd give it a go, and I thought I'd wait until we're on. This picks up everything, like hairs and fluff and everything. It's horrible. Now I've moved. That's okay though. If I just do that there, I couldn't really see the pencil line. Bring it round here. I can bring that back on there again, so I'll bring that back. Keeping my middle finger, no, this one, so I've gone off there. This one is the one that I'm following on the side. So this one is this is just holding this pencil so it doesn't drop down like it just did. It is a bit, it's like funny. It's like, well, it's a bit weird. Let's call it that. Now, I did have a rubber somewhere around it. There we go. I'll just rub that edge off there. Now, I'm going to see if I could do this twice, but I think that's going to be okay. I'm hoping you can see that. It's not really, you know, showing up from what I can see in my little monitor thing here. But now that's inside that edge, so I'm happy it's on the flat surface. So when I do cut it out, if I do need to go a bit further, I can get a Dremel and just lightly go around the edge until I'm satisfied that that's good. But I think that's not bad. And here we go. There you go. A couple of cheeks. Which way do they go? I think it's like that and like that, something like that. Anyway, I mean, they're not close together. They're all cut out. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm really happy with that. I think they just need a bit of finessing on the outsides. Remember, when you do this, I mean, it's always good to sort of like round the edge off. Not deep, but when air hits a sharp surface, it's not as good as meeting a surface that's curved. This is why you kind of get like a bell for the EDF, so it kind of scoops it in nicely on a round edge. Presumably it'd do that the same. So yeah, I'm going to do that finessing, and I'm going to get a bit of glue, and then obviously it's better to cut it if you've got a sturdy back. I did put the little F15s in the back to try and hold it in there, but they get falling out. It's on the home stretch. It really, really is, and the weather's not ready for it, so I'm not too worried. So as long as I get it done within the next couple of weeks, and it's only going to be sand and seal, and then a primer, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to put all the lovely camo that we're going to put on it. I want it test flighted first, make sure we're all good, make sure it's going to fly, then we'll paint it. So anyway, if you get a lovely summer's day, which it's kind of turned out to be this morning, then it changed again and started raining. But if you get a lovely summer's day, wherever you are, even if it's cold, then get out there and have some RC fun. Doesn't matter what you got out there, trucks, boats, well, boats, I don't know if it's frozen or not, but whatever you can get out there, have fun. Forget about all the stuff going on around the world. Just enjoy yourself. Life is too short to worry about anybody else and what they think, and worry about anyone else for those few moments. That is your moment. Your moment in RC, that radio control fun where you just enjoy yourself and makes you, it kind of like, it's a battery fill up, isn't it? It's a recharge for yourself. So if you can get out there, be safe, but keep safe. But most of all, have fun and spread the word of Dad's RC Hangar. Say, oi, have you seen this crazy person? Oh, yes. Have a great weekend, a great week, and a great whatever. Ta-ra, thanks for bobbing by.